What is...
Lewis, you're Unit D, okay? Holding this line. I don't expect there to be any trouble, but if there is, I'm sure we'll be able to contain it at the farm. Now, keep the press out of it. Bring them up for interviews and footage when it's all over.
Oh, they won't like that.
Tough. We're bending the rules, having them here as it is. HR in 4 minutes. Best of luck.
Hour?
I mean, it's kind of like happy hour, except without the drinks.
For every female character in Shakespeare who conforms to society, there is one who flouts it. So for every Desdemona, there's a Cleopatra. For every Ophelia, a Lady Macbeth. But before we applaud him as a proto-feminist, remember, for these women to deny society, he feels they must also deny themselves as women. Witness Lady Macbeth, unsex me here. Cleopatra trying on Antony's sword. Cressida... Oliver, what's so funny?
Ah, it's nothing, really.
Please, give it to me. The rest of you. iPhones, iPods, Twitters, whatever else, off. Play with them outside, not in here. Thank you, you can have it at the end. Where was I? Cressida. Yes, Cressida, who wished she was a man. Cressida who said of women, who shall be true to us when we are so unsecret to ourselves.
But when the planets in evil mixture to disorder wander, what plagues and what portents, what mutiny, what raging of the sea, shaking of earth, commotion in the winds, frights, changes, horrors, divert and crack the unity and married calm of states. Oh, when degree is shaked, which is the ladder of all high designs, the enterprise is sick. Take the degree away, untune that string, and hark what discord follows.
Get off your knees! Keep your hands where I can see them! On the floor! You, on the ground now!
Strength should be lord of imbecility, and the rude son should strike his father dead. Force should be right, or rather, right and wrong should lose their names, and so should justice too.
Ever appeal to you, the action-y side of things, running and fighting and stuff?
Oh, ran a bit as a young copper. Shouted, "Oi, you," sometimes quite loudly. Usually did the trick.
Unit D, perimeter breach.
Unit D's us, isn't it?
Unit D, acknowledge. We got a runner.
He's heading for that. Block him in.
I said enough!
That's it. You're recording.
And 'tis this fever that keeps Troy on foot, not her own sinews. To end a tale of length, Troy in our weakness stands, not in her strength.
Oh, man. Tale of length, all right. Still only in Act 1. Right. Back here tomorrow, PM.
We're gonna get to the good stuff soon. Dopey Troilus and faithless Cressida, played by my tart of a girlfriend. Professor Thornton.
Sebastian, you're still up?
Yeah, I'm still up. Just doing some recording, actually. Complete works of Shakespeare for the internet.
That sounds like a good idea.
It is. Considering I didn't get where I wanted to go.
Yes, that was a pity. Still, good luck with the Shakespeare. Who was that?
Oh, you don't know the once famous Miranda Thornton? Fish without a bicycle.
Oh, wow. She was your tutor. That's so cool.
You're just too nice for this world, Brian.
In you go.
Here she comes.
I hear you two saved Inspector Peterson's bacon.
They certainly did. Quick thinking, quick reactions, very impressive.
You got beaten up, too. Excellent. We can add assaulting a police officer to the other charges.
We're glad to be of help, Mum.
And you were. It was an unqualified success. 3 acres of cannabis under hydroponic cultivation, street values in the tens of millions.
Personally, I'd legalise the lot.
Fortunately, you're not in charge of the country's drug policy, Hathaway.
Sorry, Mum.
The press are ready for us, man. Inspector Lewis, would you like to...
No, that's your show, mate.
He's going to be chief constable one day.
I'm going to be retired, thank God.
You're going to see a doctor about your face.
Just a little bump.
Sure, Dr. Hobson would take a look at it.
Funny.
Or do you have to be dead first?
Miranda. I feared you wouldn't show.
We must do our duty, Master.
As bad as that, is it? Promise not to throw anything at him.
I can't promise, but I'll try.
Miranda,
Francis, what are you doing here?
I'm covering a very important man for my paper.
Excuse me.
No, look, he's not the reason I came. I won't be put off so easily, Miranda. I know you. I know what you're hiding. I can help.
Please don't.
Look, you're embarrassed. I understand that.
You understand nothing. Stay away.
Police arrested a notorious cannabis gang unearthing a drugs haul with a street value of tens of millions of pounds.
Our reporter Samantha Earnshaw witnessed the chase and the capture of the gang's ringleader and sent us this report from the scene.
At exactly 3:35 p.m. today, more than 30 officers from the Oxfordshire Police Force stormed the Joneses' farm at Sheepridge, the centre of a major cannabis-growing operation. The raid was commanded by Detective Inspector Alan Peterson, though it didn't go entirely to his plan. We were on hand to capture a daring bid for freedom by the gang's ringleader, who broke away from the main body of the police, escaped in a Land Rover through open fields, and was only stopped from getting clean away by the prompt action of Detective Inspector Lewis and Detective Sergeant Hathaway. Detective Chief Superintendent Innocent of the Oxfordshire Police Force reported that more than 3 acres of cannabis had been under hydroponic cultivation at the Joneses.
Hi. You watching this too? Best telly in years.
Hey, is that Miranda? Saw your video, and maybe we could get together, you and I?
Professor Thornton!
Professor?
Sorry, look, there's no answers.
Where are we going to
Professor Miranda Thornton, Milton Professor of English Literature, discovered by one of her students, Oliver Bocock, supposed to have a tutorial with her this morning.
What's the matter with everybody today?
Well, you were really sexy last night, sir. Quite the movie star.
They'll get over it eventually.
What about CCTV?
Nothing on this street apart from the one outside Beaumont. I've requested a half-mile sweep in every direction.
You live alone?
Yes. No signs of a struggle, no marks on the body, empty vodka bottle in the bin, washed glass in the sink downstairs.
Suicide?
Well, I'd say yes, but firstly, we haven't found a note, and secondly, as well as not only a mobile phone, she has one of those answer machines, the sort that use a mini cassette.
Oh, I remember them. Yeah, better than these digital things everybody has.
The cassette is missing, and the machine's been wiped clean of prints.
In the bathroom, painkillers. A bottle of these, half a bottle of vodka. Lie on the bed, fade out.
So it is suicide?
Don't jump the gun, Inspector.
What have you done to your face?
Haven't you seen the telly? How me and Hathaway took down the notorious Jones drug cartel of Sheepridge.
You're on the television. Can't believe I missed it.
Oh, wow, my 15 seconds of fame, mate.
She had her 15 seconds too. Wrote a book back in the 90s. How women could survive without men. It's quite influential.
Did it influence you?
Of course not. Came to that conclusion years ago.
Miranda came to hate all the attention. She was delighted when it all blew over. She was an intensely private person.
Did this extend to not only a mobile phone?
Yes. Refused to acknowledge their existence. Quite a Luddite, really. Literature and landscape. That's what she cared for.
What about family?
No family, never married. A few boyfriends over the years. Nice enough. None seemed to stick.
This was in her hands when she died. Who is this money man?
David Conley, hedge fund manager. He'd been buying up land for a housing development off Port Meadow. All he needed to complete it was a parcel of Beaumont College land. Miranda was vehemently against it. I had a drinks party here yesterday evening, hoping that some kind of compromise...
We met last night?
Hardly. She didn't stay 5 minutes.
What will happen to this scheme?
Final vote by the governors was due today. We've postponed, obviously.
But with Miranda out of the way, how will the governors vote?
Most probably in favor. it will make Beaumont a lot of money. And we need money like Oxford needs houses.
I heard about Professor Thornton. The Master of Beaumont called. He also said he gave you my name, although I don't see how I can help.
We were told she was the only one opposing your development scheme in Port Meadow.
A scheme worth north of 50 million to you. Most people would consider that adequate motive for murder.
Given she was the only dissenting voice, outvoting her would have been a lot less trouble than killing her, surely.
Did you talk to her last night?
Why would I do that?
To try and persuade her?
It would have been pointless. I knew her years ago here at Oxford. Once her mind was set, there was no changing it.
You don't seem upset by her death.
Well, I hadn't seen her in almost 20 years, and for the past 2 years, we've been fighting tooth and nail. She cost me over £7 million in ridiculous environmental impact reports, so no, I'm not very upset.
Well, she was upset about you. She was clutching this as she died.
I have to take this. We're done, aren't we? Yeah, Alex. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, I can talk. Yeah, well, I was looking at those figures, and I really don't think they're going to fly.
Hi, Robbie. What are you doing here?
I was just... I wanted to know if you were ruling suicide.
Why? You find anybody who might have wanted to murder her?
Not really. Just a very rich man who didn't like her at all.
And someone who was very keen to remove all trace of him or herself from our house, but left a fingerprint on the answering machine's eject mechanism.
Any matches?
No, but it's something we can scare people with.
What people? She didn't know anyone. See what I mean? One photo, Port Meadow. No people in it. No people anywhere, just books.
Literature and landscapes, that's all the master said she cared about. Maybe it wasn't enough to stop her reaching for the vodka and painkillers.
Sorry, but I saw you come in here. Just wondered if you had any news. She wouldn't like that. You know, she's very particular about her books.
Did you ever see Professor Thornton with anyone?
No, she was always on her own. Although, obviously, she was trying to change that.
She was?
You didn't know? The Barker tape.
There's Miranda Thornton.
My name is Miranda. I teach English literature at Oxford, which either sounds deathly dull or completely out of touch, neither of which I hope I am. I'm 39, and I am single, and I am looking for someone to share my life with, and to share their life. Your life. I don't care what you do, what you look like, or how much you earn. I just want someone to be with, to talk to make love to. I'm tired of wasting my life. I'm tired of lonely weekends. I feel like I've had my life on pause, and now I want to press play. So if you feel like I do, then please take a risk. I have.
Bloody hell.
Writer of Fish Without a Bicycle was hunting for men.
How many people would have seen that? 54,000. And I want people's comments. What sort of comments?
Do you really want to know?
I hope she dies. Good riddance, bitch. Posted by Bulldog 10, same as Hope She Dies. Who are these people?
Welcome to the world of internet trolling. Leave your inhibitions at the door.
Yeah, leave your humanity at the door, more like. I mean, look, the video says who she is, where she works. Suppose somebody wanted to do more than just write nasty stuff. Suppose they wanted to actually do something. Can we trace these people, the internet service providers, what have you?
Well, all 54,000.
Well, no, the worst, the most violent. I mean, to subject somebody to this level of abuse, it's not right. It's a hate crime. Let's get the techies onto it. And onto this. Heart and Soul. Was it an internet dating site? Thought that was supposed to be private. So why is it on this Barker site? And why are the Barkers still showing it? Still making money off it? Where are they, anyway? America, I suppose?
No, right here in Oxford.
Hello?
Please.
Hello, police. Do you have ID?
He's Lewis. I'm Hathaway.
And I'm Bryony. Come up.
So, this is the Barker.biz.
Global HQ. Offices in Cambridge, London, Manchester.
Not Newcastle.
No, not yet. Why, is that where you're from?
Funny sins.
Your sins are forgiven.
Do you work here?
Well, really, I'm studying PPE at St. Jude's, but girl's got to pay the bills. So,
Professor Thornton's private videotape on the Barker website.
Want to tell us how that happened?
It's all right, Bryony, I've got this one.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm the boss, Kit Renton. Don't often get the bacon knocking on my door.
Bacon, that's funny. An original.
Yes, well, I'm a professional plagiarist. I don't really care about original, but I do care about funny. Why don't we repair to my office?
We want to know how Miranda Thornton's video got onto your website.
Well, since all postings are anonymous, I have no idea.
Do you care what happened to her?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry and all that, but I didn't kill her. She did that herself.
You got a hold of a private video of her, broadcast it, humiliating her in front of the whole world. You don't think that contributed to her death?
I didn't get hold of anything. Some anonymous person, could have been Miranda herself, posted it. You see, we're like a bulletin board. There's no editors, there's no rules. You just let it all hang out. Let the light shine in. You see something you think is funny or ridiculous, pompous, naff, whatever, you post it on the site, you sit back, and you see how many people agree with you.
You must have known you were going to cause this woman a lot of pain.
I didn't even know she was on the site. I mean, the posting had 50,000 hits before I even saw it. The fact is, Barker.biz hasn't broken any laws.
You're unbelievable.
Thank you very much. As fun as this is, I've got a meeting. Silicon Valley are falling over themselves to throw money at me.
Well, they like the fact that you make money by driving people to kill themselves.
As long as I get eyeballs on screens, they won't give a damn.
Thing is, Mr. Renton, we don't know that she did kill herself. And if it is murder, I'll be after you and your website as an accomplice. Tell your Silicon Valley pals that.
You decided what you're going to do?
Yeah. Take a leaf out of Renton's book. Use embarrassment as a weapon. He might love publicity, but I doubt whether a website like Heart and Soul will. I want to talk to them, see who broke into their system, stole Miranda's video.
OK, you do that, and I'll have another go at that girl, Bryony.
Oh, Bryony. She was nice. Pretty.
Was she?
I'll see you back at the office.
You must be Inspector Lewis. Well, you look like what I thought you'd look like, from your voice on the phone. But rather more kind. Sorry. Downside of the trade, making snap judgments. I'm Susanna Leland.
I thought that's what the trade was meant to get rid of, snap judgment.
It is, but it still comes down to chemistry. But you didn't come to talk about that. Miranda Thornton. Awful, awful business.
Well, what I wanted to find out is how her video got out of Heart and Soul. I assume not everyone can just log on and check out one of your subscribers.
Absolutely not. I mean, first, we're a members-only website. Not only do you have to pay a monthly subscription, but we have a pretty rigorous screening system.
Screening against what?
perverts, casual adulterers.
As opposed to determined adulterers?
Well, you joke, but yes. I've known lots of people stuck in loveless marriages who found happiness through our website.
OK, so how does one see one of the members' videos?
Well, the videos are our unique feature, and we're especially protective of them.
Not protective enough, obviously.
I'd like to see a list of everyone who accessed Miranda Thornton's profile, whatever it is you call it.
That could be tens of thousands of people.
That's OK. That'd be our problem.
Actually, no, that would be my problem. I have to protect my members' privacy.
What about Miranda's privacy?
I would love to help, seriously. But I know my lawyers will say I can't give you what you want. I'm very sorry.
Bryony, what a coincidence.
Is it a coincidence?
No, not really. I waited for you to leave your college, then followed.
Oh, so you're stalking me.
Well, I'm a policeman. It's surveillance, not stalking.
Well, that doesn't sound very fair.
That's fair if you're a policeman. Can I talk to you about Miranda Thornton?
Right.
I want to know why her tape got off Heart and Soul, and I think you point me in the right direction.
Right.
Oh, hi, Sebastian.
Who are you?
Detective Sergeant Hathaway, and you?
None of your business. Why are you bothering her?
Why are you so aggressive?
I don't know. Maybe because I saw a weird-looking dude chatting up my girlfriend.
Sebastian, it's all right.
No, it's not all right. We'll leave the studio.
Okay, well, you go and I'll catch you up. I mean it. Sorry about that. He's just under a lot of pressure.
Don't worry about it. Studio, you a singer?
No, we're recording Shakespeare's plays. All of them. Sebastian's idea.
Wow, that is a lot of pressure. Which one are you on?
Troilus and Cressida. I'm Cressida. Faithless Cressida. Look, this is all I'm gonna say. Barker's a bit like Wikipedia.
What, like the users can edit it?
Yeah, and get into the operating system. If you pull the video, you might find there's a source code embedded in it. I better get going.
Oh, Robbie. Need to talk to you.
I've just been to an internet dating site.
Meet someone nice?
I said to, not on. And it was for work, not the other.
Glad to hear it. Not that there's anything wrong with the other. Over 20% of all married couples now meet on the internet. So I'm reliably informed by the magazines at my hairdresser's.
Going online, exposing yourself to millions of strangers, I don't know.
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
You haven't?
Oh, single woman my age, any age. What are we supposed to do? Hang around in bars like...
Like lumberjacks.
Exactly. Online, you can reveal yourself relatively painlessly.
Oh, Lewis. I saw you on telly. Good stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't met. I'm kind of the new boy around here. Alan Peterson.
Laura Hobson. Got any dead or mutilated bodies? I'm your girl.
I'll bear that in mind.
Anyway, the reason I was looking for you was Miranda Thornton.
Oh, please tell me she was murdered.
Is that what you want?
Not what I want. I prefer that to the idea that her life was so unbearable she decided not to wake up again.
Well, the jury's still out, I'm afraid. Blood alcohol was high, stomach contents confirm the ingestion of painkillers. Certainly enough to kill her.
So why's the jury still out?
There was some odd material in her lungs. Spores and fragments of herbs. Sage, rosemary, thyme.
It's like Scarborough Fair. Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there.
Yeah, never mind that. So you're saying that Miranda was sniffing herbs? Nobody inhales rosemary.
You do if you've been listening to too much Simon and Garfunkel.
I'm trying to have a sensible conversation.
The fact is, I don't know what it means. We're doing some more tests, but until then.
Was I interrupting something?
Yes. So what have you been doing?
Brian implied that there may be clues in the video. I've got Gerdip on Barker's website, see what he can find.
Which is hardly legal, but I'll just say I was obeying orders.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. However, I can't pretend I didn't just have a call from the lawyers for a dating website, Heart and Soul. They said they would not give their members' details to the police, whatever the harassment.
I didn't harass. I asked. Politely.
Furthermore, why are you investigating what's clearly a suicide?
The pathologist hasn't ruled yet.
So murder's still a possibility. Do you have any suspects? Well?
Excuse me, Mum? I've been recovering Miranda's deleted emails. That website stuff. She got a date. Some journalist.
Thanks very much, chaps. Good luck at the weekend. Okay.
Francis Mitchell. The paper said you'd be here.
And here I am. Who are you?
Please. It's about Miranda Thornton.
Well, I assume because you found me, you know I had a date with her. And you know it was through a dating website, Heart and Soul. I'm not ashamed of it.
Not need to be. 20% of married couples get together through the internet these days.
Is that true?
It is, yeah. Information that's freely available in any lady's hairdresser. Mind you, I think they're talking about people who aren't already married to somebody else, like Mr. Mitchell here.
I wasn't aware that it was a crime.
No, just cheating. When did you last see Miranda Thornton?
Just the one time. The master of Beaumont gave a drinks party 2 nights ago. I went along to meet David Connolly, the financier. Miranda was there. We spoke briefly.
Were you invited?
No, but it's my job to get into places I haven't been invited.
Does that include Miranda's home?
Of course not.
What time did you get home that night?
I don't know, about 9 o'clock.
And your wife will back you up on that, will she?
Well, I doubt she was looking at her watch, but yes, she will.
Thanks. We'll be in touch. He was in a house, wasn't he?
Oh, yes.
It looks like Mitchell's telling the truth. 8:35, he leaves Beaumont.
Well, so if he lives at...
Hang on, Sarge.
David Connolly, well.
Hedge fund guy and cheating journo.
I didn't see the other bloke again, Connolly. I thought I'd lost Mitchell, too. Now, he lives up the Banbury Road, and he's on foot, so he should appear here or here or here within about 10 minutes of leaving Beaumont. But he doesn't. He disappears. Until I got him again at 10:13, heading home.
An hour and a half after he left Beaumont, an hour later than he said.
What's that?
Let's ask him.
We don't have enough to fingerprint him, sir.
Well, we've got him lying about what time he got home and a missing 90 minutes when he was less than 100 yards from Miranda Thornton's house. What about the bins?
Emptied this morning, unless you want to go through the public dump, which, seeing as we don't know what we're looking for...
Well, hang on. He was looking around like he was checking no one was watching him. Takes it out of his pocket, it's white. He crumples it in his hand like it's paper or, Scarborough Bloody Fair. Thanks, James. Are you still at work?
You know me, party.
Miranda Thornton's lungs. Herb fragments, parsley, sage. Was there anything else in there? Like, I don't know, food, breadcrumbs, flour?
How on earth did you know that?
Oh, I didn't. Am I right?
Not about the lungs. But I found in the tracheal cilia herb spores, bread fragments, sugar crystals.
Right, she'd have to inhale all that, wouldn't she? So if she had something like a plastic bag, a shopping bag over her head, would that explain it?
Well, yes, but...
That's what Mitchell was dumping. The plastic bag, the murder weapon.
Oh, hang on. What about the booze and the pills and the lack of a struggle?
Yeah, my question's exactly.
It can all be done after death. Mix the painkillers with the alcohol, pour it down her throat, arrange the body, tidy up, head for home. Thanks, Laura.
Robbie, wait. Robbie.
You still don't know it was a plastic bag?
Not yet.
So I told a porcupine about being out late and the CCTV cameras caught me.
Doesn't prove a thing.
The CCTV cameras also caught you dumping something in a rubbish bin. Fortunately, that bin hadn't been emptied.
You can't connect me to anything.
Your fingerprints will be all over it.
It? What is it?
The plastic bag you took from Miranda Thornton's. Forensic teams will be going back into her house and into yours. They'll take both places apart until...
There's nothing to find.
There's a cassette from an answering machine to find.
It's gone. I destroyed it. I'm really sorry, but I didn't do it.
Do what?
Kill her. She was already dead.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
I went round to her house that night, after the drinks. I was desperate to see her. I knew I shouldn't. She'd asked me not to, but I'd had a lot to drink. I couldn't help it. I went into the... She was lying there. A plastic bag over her head. I pulled it off. She was... I panicked her. I took the bag. I wiped the surfaces I touched. I took the answer machine cassette and I left. I left her. Sorry.
Mr. Connolly! Excuse me.
You must be pretty confident of your scheme getting through.
Well, I suppose you should be, given that the main opponent's out of the way.
You left Beaumont College in the company of Francis Mitchell at 8:35 the night Miranda died. Where did you go?
I walked home.
Which would have taken you right past Miranda's house. Did you go in?
No. Can you prove that?
Why should I?
We believe Miranda was murdered. Her death is convenient to you.
Her death makes no difference to me at all. Why do I get the feeling that it was something personal between you and Miranda?
Because you have a very vivid imagination. I've told you already, I haven't seen Miranda in almost 20 years.
So what went on back then?
Look, I have people waiting for me. I also have witnesses to the fact that I didn't go into Miranda's house.
Where are they?
California.
After I talked to that journalist chap, I took a conference call from some investors in Palo Alto.
Lasted the whole way home. It was about charging points for electric cars, if you must know. Why don't you talk to the people on the call? They'll tell you whether I murdered anyone or not.
Until you play me a recording of that call and I hear David Connolly talking about electric cars for 50 minutes, he's a suspect.
No, he's not. Your theory's rubbish.
Oh, thanks very much. Which theory?
That she was murdered. I did check. From the levels of alcohol and coproxamol in Miranda's blood, the painkillers were not ingested post-mortem. She was alive when she took them.
Then who put the bag over her head?
She did.
What, pills, booze and a bag?
With pills and booze, there's no guarantee that you won't throw up or be discovered before they've worked. The bag guarantees it.
Well, that's just speculation.
No, Robbie, it's deduction based on facts. My version explains the absence of struggle in the house, injury to the body. Your version's just a fantasy.
I am here, you know. I could go.
You stay. So you're ruling suicide?
I'm ruling an open verdict.
Well, then you're still not certain.
I believe she killed herself.
Well, you believe a brilliant woman killed herself because of some internet video? Wouldn't she fight? Try and find out who leaked it? Instead of just giving up?
You'll have my report in 2 hours.
I found who downloaded the video. It was a legitimate Heart and Soul subscriber.
I thought they said it'd be impossible to identify who'd done the download.
It's not. It's easy.
Got a name?
Yeah. Mason Nouvelle. Sounds American.
It's a pun. Maison Nouvelle, Maison Nouvelle, Casanova, Casanova, the great lover.
Even if I was willing to release this information, there are literally thousands of...
We know that every Heart and Soul download has the name of the downloader encoded.
I told you, I can't release confidential client information. Is that it?
Not quite. We'll be seeking a judicial order to have your site closed down.
What? On what grounds?
On the grounds that you've recklessly exposed the identities and addresses of your clients to potential predators.
Wait. Maison Nouvelle, I only have a credit card number and a mobile telephone number.
No joy on the credit card. It's registered to Chilcott Services in Jersey. Sounds like an off-the-shelf.
Well, the phone's real enough, apparently. According to the GPS trace, it's somewhere within half a mile of here. Good, it's just checking addresses. Yeah. OK. Hazel Graphics, New Form Yoga, and Galloway's Recording Studios.
Recording studio, that's it.
What address is that?
Is this the Lady Cressid?
Even she.
Most dearly welcome to the Greeks, sweet lady.
Bryony.
Our general does.
She works at the Barker, gets a hold of Miranda's video, gets herself a hit.
Particular to a better she were kissed in general. Damn it! Who the hell forgot to turn their phone off?
It's yours, Sebastian.
Hello?
Mr. Maison Nouvelle.
Who is this?
The police.
Maison Nouvelle. Guilty.
You went on the Heart and Soul website?
Oh, come on. It was just a joke. Casanova.
No, I got it. Subscribing to Heart and Soul, was that a joke or were you looking for romance?
Oh, I've got my romance. Beautiful Bryony.
Why pick on Miranda Thornton?
Well, I saw her, what do you call it? Her entry, her profile, her bleeding heart. The author that told women that they didn't need men anymore, basically begging for a shag. I mean, come on, I thought that was quite funny.
You find a lot of things funny.
Professor Thornton was your tutor. Did you have a grudge against her?
No, why should I?
Beaumont College have sent me a lot of letters that you wrote, angry letters, in which you blame her for your not getting a postgraduate place at Stanford University in the United States.
Well, she gave me a pretty mediocre reference. Which was pretty damn unfair, given that I worked my guts out for her. I mean, you know what these Americans are like. Everything has to be first class and AAA plus with knobs on, and any hint of English hesitation or reservation, and you're nowhere. And thanks to her, that's exactly where I ended up. Nowhere.
How did you find Miranda on Heart and Soul?
Sebastian, my name is Felicity Pryor. I'm here to represent you. Don't say anything else. On what grounds has he been questioned?
Harassment. He broadcast a woman's private video on the internet, causing her such distress she killed herself.
Harassment is a pattern of activity over a period of time, not a one-off. His alleged action might be in poor taste, but it's not a crime.
Poor taste? A woman died.
Has he been charged with a crime? I thought not. Come on, Sebastian.
Excuse me, Miss Pryor. How did you know Mr. Dromgoole was
It's
being...
none of your business.
We've sent for legal aid for him, but you're not legal aid, are you? Who's paying you, Miss Pryor?
What's the verdict?
They're all as shifty-looking as each other.
Hathaway. Oh, yeah, hang on a sec. Go ahead. First results on the ISP search for the obnoxious trolls on the Barker website. Guess where Bulldog 10 lives?
Mitchell pretends to be in love with Miranda while posting hate mail and wishing she was dead.
My wife is upstairs putting the kids to bed. So what the hell is all this about?
You posting 27 offensive messages on the Barker website about Miranda Thornton?
Saying, amongst other things, that you're a stuck-up cow and I hope you die. We traced your login name, Bulldog 10, to the computer at this address.
This is Mitchell.
What's happening?
Have you been using my computer, Helen?
Have you been cheating on me, Francis?
Mrs. Mitchell, did you post on the Barker website?
And where were you 3 nights ago, the night Miranda Thornton was killed?
At home, making dinner for our children, and then I went to work a night shift at the Clarkson Old People's Home. God knows what my husband's alibi is, but it better have nothing to do with me.
What can I do for you this time?
We were questioning the ex-student who leaked Miranda Thornton's video onto the internet when a lawyer named Felicity Pryor turned up, put an end to the interview. Did you send her?
No. As far as I'm concerned, you can question the little sod all you want. In fact, you can take him outside and beat the truth out of him.
How did you know it was a him?
Same way as I made a lot of money, by guessing.
Miranda had just the one picture in her rooms, a view across Port Meadow. Why would she choose that?
I've no idea.
Why did you choose Port Meadow?
Oxford needs affordable housing.
Yeah, why Port Meadow? What did she do to you?
Thanks. And thanks for meeting me.
Pleasure. Cheers.
Sorry, Robbie, I was being a real cow.
Oh, my fault. Wanting something to be true, not waiting for all the facts.
Think you've got them now?
No, but she's dead, and we move on.
Except not if you're taking her home with you.
She took a risk. Looked at her life, tried to change it. She got destroyed.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't take a risk.
Lewis. Laura. I didn't know you came here. It's my favourite pub. You don't mind if I...
Not at all.
Oh, great. Thanks. Oh, Oxford on a summer's evening. Is there a lovelier place in the world?
Not a one. Where were you before?
Oh, Sunderland. It's not exactly...
Steady. No slander in the northeast.
Sorry, my lips are sealed. Cheers.
Hey,
Hello? What do you want?
I want to talk to you about your boyfriend and Miranda Thornton.
Well, talk to him then, not me.
He is your boyfriend, isn't he? Don't you want to know what he was doing on an internet dating website, calling himself Casanova, trawling the web for women twice his age?
You think he downloaded the video?
I know he did. Did you?
No.
So, either your boyfriend is a worthless cheat, or he went on that site to find and humiliate Miranda, which he did either out of spite or because someone put him up to it. Now, who would that be? And who gave him the idea to put it on Barker's? Was that you?
No.
Then who?
Ask Sebastian. He works at Barker. He knows all about it.
Then he knows Renton.
Yes. Kit's the one funding these recordings.
Yeah, and supplying him with lawyers.
Right, what do you mean?
When we tried to question him, an expensive lawyer turned up and shut us down. Now, we know he wasn't working by himself, but we can't find out for sure.
And I can.
Yeah. Look, you can sit on the sidelines, Brian, here, or you can try and put things right.
Most dearly welcome to the Greeks, sweet lady. Is this the Lady Cressid?
Even she.
Most dearly welcome to the Greeks.
Are you going to tell me what it was about? You and the police?
Why don't you ask your new boyfriend?
Our general doth.
Gangly copper.
Oh, come on, Sebastian. That's not fair. I just want to know what's going on.
What's going on is I'm trying to finish this play. Kids give me deadlines, you know? To a better, she were kissed in general.
Kit means a lot to you, doesn't he?
Well, given he's the only one who's putting food in my mouth, yeah, he does.
Most dearly welcome to the Greeks, sweet lady. Our general doth salute you with a kiss.
I'm tired of wasting my life. I'm tired of lonely weekends.
In love, if faith, to the very tip of the nose.
He eats nothing but doves, love. And that breeds hot blood. And hot blood begets hot thoughts. And hot thoughts beget hot deeds, and hot deeds is love.
Is this the generation of love? Hot blood, hot thoughts, and hot deeds? Why, they are vipers. Is love a generation of vipers? Sweet Lord, who's afield today?
Sebastian.
I'm really sorry about before. I was, just, you know, I finished Troilus. Thought you might want to come listen.
Actually, I'm working.
Well, I'll come round. And I'll bring the discs. It's good. It's very good. You especially.
No, I said I'm working.
Listen, Brian, is everything okay? Look, I know I was a bit of a prat, but...
I don't want to talk now, Sebastian. Good night.
Beaten to death, skull crushed by 3 or 4 blows by that.
Which presumably came from there.
Her purse and her phone are missing.
She could have been mugged. Could it have been a mugging?
Well, it's hardly my job to say.
Any idea when?
Sometime last night, and from the lividity, it was done here. Is, Hathaway okay?
If you're going to ask what Bryony was doing in a blind alley that late, don't. She's killed here. Her college St. Jude's is here. The recording studio is here. Barker.biz is here. So, she's on her way back to the college, either from the recording studio or from Barker's.
Why would she be at the Barker?
Because I made her go there. I bullied her into finding out more about her boyfriend, Sebastian.
But again, why the Barker?
Because he works there. Renton's his sugar daddy. Renton supplied the lawyer.
So Sebastian posted the video on the internet, but Renton was pulling his strings. The question is, did Bryony find something that made her a target, and if so, what?
Lewis, I suppose you want an apology.
Mom?
Bryony Keegan's murder supports your theory that there was a conspiracy behind Miranda Thornton's death.
Apology accepted, Mom.
You're welcome. Now, do you have any leads?
I asked her to look into how her boyfriend was able to get hold of Miranda's video. She must have uncovered a connection between the people who wanted her out of the way.
Unfortunate, but it is sometimes necessary to ask help of the public. Let's just hope it doesn't bite us on our collective behind. Lewis, Miranda Thornton's yours. Hathaway, you find who killed that girl. D.I. Peterson will assist you.
Mum, I don't need any help.
By rights, I should remove you from the case altogether, Hathaway. We need to wrap this up ASAP. Do it with D.I. Peterson or don't do it at all.
I called Bryony. Probably around 11:15. Asked if I could come and see it, and she said she was busy.
Where was she?
I thought she was at St. Jude's, but when I went round, she wasn't there.
Then where was she?
I have no idea.
After that, where did you go?
My flat. I got drunk. I went to sleep.
Anyone back you up on that?
Okay, am I suspect here?
You're a boyfriend. You're the last person to talk to her. We have to clear you before we can proceed.
Well, then you're going to have to wait for my lawyer.
You know, saying that just makes it seem like you're hiding something.
Yeah, Cunning. I'll wait for my lawyer.
Why do you think Bryony lied to you about where she was?
Lawyer.
Yeah, I didn't know Bryony very well, but from what I could see, she was a very special person. She had a kind heart and a brilliant mind, and well, for her to just be so brutally cut off like this, beggars belief. My thoughts and prayers go out to her family. I just hope the police will do everything within their power to bring her...
Can old people use those?
Never seen her before. Pretty girl.
She's dead. Where were you between the hours of 9 p.m. and 2 last night?
Not out killing young women.
Who said she was killed?
The news. I was asleep in bed. Why are you asking me all this?
Miranda Thornton's death helps you. This girl has information about Miranda's death, therefore her death helps you.
Therefore I murdered her.
Well, it just depends on what your little property scheme means to you. Tell me what you're afraid of.
I came to Oxford 20 years ago with nothing. I left with nothing. Now I'm going to make my mark on it for good. That's what my little property scheme means to me.
And to hell with anyone who gets in your way.
I had several drinks up in my local. Tons of witnesses there if you want to ask them. Staggered back to my pad in Summertown and slept the sleep of the just.
Alone?
Alas, yes.
There's a chance Bryony was working here just before she was killed. We'd like to send in a crime scene unit to search the offices and its computers.
For what reason?
We believe she may have obtained some information relevant to our inquiries.
I'm sorry, she was working for you?
No. Not exactly.
Well, which one? No or not exactly? Right, OK. So, on the off chance that she might have been in my office, and the even off chance that she might have found something that might help you out of the hole into which you've dug yourselves, you want me to just throw my business open to your prurient gaze?
No editors, no rules. Let it all hang out, let the light shine in. These are your words. What are you afraid of?
Whatever. Search away.
Thornton, did she make any calls from her home on the night she died?
Miranda had no mobile, but we checked her landline. No calls.
So she left the Master's drinks party, went straight home. Didn't call anyone, didn't talk to anyone.
Actually, that's not completely true. She spoke to the porter. When I checked the CCTV around Beaumont, I looked at the system in the porter's lodge first. Professor Thornton came through around 6:30. I had word with the porter. It was really brief, like, good night.
There she is.
What's she doing?
Well, that's Robin on duty. Maybe he... No, he's given her change. She was always asking. Last person in the world without a mobile.
But she doesn't use it.
Yeah, she does. Check those numbers. You've got the time.
Yes, sir.
Nothing from the crime scene or CCTV, nothing from the interviews. Searches at Barker offices ongoing, but it doesn't even look like she logged into the system.
What does Inspector Lewis think? In fact, where is Inspector Lewis?
Here. Miranda knew Kit Renton at Oxford. They ran against each other for presidency of the Union. 1995, Miranda won.
Which helps us how?
Well, first, Renton pretended he didn't even know her until she popped up on his website. But second, she talked to him the night she died.
But we checked her phone records.
Yeah, she called on the payphone in the porter's office at Beaumont.
Why would she do that?
She wanted to confront the man who caused the nightmare. She spoke to him for 5 minutes. I knew I was right. We must have missed something.
Yes, we have. Look at it, the photo.
Susanna Leland. Heart and soul. They all knew each other.
What a looker. She's not bad either.
Miranda phoned your Oxford home the night she died.
Did she?
Yeah, the call lasted 5 minutes. What did you talk about?
I have no idea. I get thousands of phone calls. I can't remember them all.
Why didn't you tell us that you knew her?
Why should I?
And you think it was relevant?
What, I have to do your thinking now for you, do I? Relevance is your job.
That's right. And what's relevant is that you knew Miranda. And for some reason which we don't know yet, you caused her death.
Why would I bother? I mean, can't you accept that single, middle-aged women sometimes commit suicide?
No, we can't accept it. Not now Bryony Keegan's been found dead as well.
I'm sorry, what has she got to do with Miranda?
You. You connect both women, and whatever that connection is, we'll find it.
Okay. You have harassed me, disrupted my business, and got one of my employees killed. I am warning you, stay out of my life.
You threatening us, sir?
Smile, boys.
Let's go and talk to the other photographer.
The thing is, what reason does Renton have to kill Miranda? He wouldn't care if she sued him. His business, all publicity's good publicity. Unless his Silicon Valley investors don't want to be dragged through the course. Sir.
We forgot who else was at university with Miranda. Connolly. Which means he was there at the same time as Renton and Susanna Leland. And here he is, less than a mile from Leland's office.
Why should I deny knowing Miss Leland? She invited me to lunch.
It's 4:30, long lunch.
We were discussing her business.
Is this the first discussion?
We've been talking for about a month. We meet whenever I'm back in Oxford.
You know Kit Renton too, don't you?
Again, why should I deny it?
Why didn't you tell us this before? All of you were at Oxford together, yet not one of you's mentioned a single word about it. Have you got something to hide?
No. I told you I knew Miranda. She was who you were inquiring about.
Have you been in contact with Renton?
He came to me asking for money. Things are a bit tough in the modern media world.
He said he had investors falling over him.
Falling over him to get out of the door. He has no head for business.
Do you give him any money?
I'm considering it.
Even though he has no head for business.
Well, maybe it's for old time's sake.
Or because he helped you get rid of Miranda Thornton. Renton needs money, you say, OK, but I need help with a little problem.
Is that what Bryony Keegan found out? Evidence of a deal between you two?
I've told you already. I know nothing about that young woman. Now, is that everything? Or should I live in fear of you driving your car into mine?
Yes, David was here.
Talking about your business.
Ostensibly. I could be wrong. But I sense that David's finally looking to settle down.
He's interested in you.
I sound so surprised, Inspector.
Do you know anything about this?
Don't even know what I'm looking at.
Kit Renton, Miranda Thornton and S. Leland. That's you, isn't it?
I took a photo of two people nearly 2 decades ago. Hardly means
Come
that
on, don't embarrass yourself. You were at Oxford at the same time as Renton and Miranda. Even in the same college as Miranda. Why didn't you tell us?
Because I was embarrassed. Because inadvertently I'd hurt a friend. Maybe even caused her death.
But you knew she was on your side.
Oh, no. Not until afterwards. I don't vet every client. And I doubt Miranda knew I was involved. We'd lost touch.
Well, how did Kit Renton know?
I thought that was the hacker. What was his name? Mason Novell?
No, we think he was put up to it by Renton. Why would Renton do that?
Kit and Miranda had history. They ran against each other for president of the union, and Miranda won. Hardly surprised. She was clever, pretty, queen of the town. Well, Kit hates to lose, for all he affects not to, and he got nasty. He spread rumours that she'd slept her way to victory. Just a joke, but that's Kit. Always took it too far. Like his horrible website.
So you're saying he went after her because he hadn't got over some student thing?
I don't know. Kit's complex.
So what's the story with David Connolly and Miranda?
They went out for a little while, odd as it may seem. Well, in other words, she crooked her finger, he came running. He was such a gangly, shy, minor public schoolboy then, quite out of his depth. Look at him now, master of the universe. I know what happened is the worst possible advertisement for what we do here, but try us out sometime. You're lonely. You needn't be.
Thanks. I was lucky. I had the best.
What makes you think I'm not attached? Thanks a lot. Hathaway.
You need to get to the station now.
All right, what's up?
Just come in. Renton's revenge. We've been barkered.
I heard. Friend called, as did a lot of people who weren't friends.
Given out our telephone numbers, our addresses, and worse than that, he says we used Bryony to investigate a case, exposed her and got her killed.
You mean he says I used Bryony?
Well, it's just malicious gossip, but...
That's all it takes. What if we're wrong? I mean, we searched Barker, we found nothing. We're not even 100% sure Bryony was there.
Well, she used her code to sign into the building, her code to sign out 45 minutes later.
Yeah, but what did she find?
Well, that's just the problem. Apparently, Bryony didn't even log onto their system.
She was there for 45 minutes.
Well, Gurdip did a full data transfer. He's going through it now.
Where are you going?
You don't need to come.
Yes, I do.
Well, if it isn't the video stars. That was her desk.
I hope you've picked the right side here, Sebastian. I really do. I just want to know why. What point were you hoping to make?
Well, firstly, I warned you. Second point, I wanted to have some fun. And boy, did I. You and Bryony. Yeah, Sebastian said you had a little crushette. You shouldn't have made her do all your dirty work, should you? Third point, a 24% jump in sight traffic this morning. Got the dinosaurs, the old media knocking on my door. So please, gentlemen, arrest me. Drag me out in cuffs.
You haven't done anything illegal.
Yet here you are harassing me again. You keep it up, I'll keep it up. Everyone thinks that you two are a couple of prats now, but don't worry. With a couple of taps of the keyboard, I can make them love you again.
Does it bother you that we have 2 murders still unsolved? How can we do our jobs with this going on?
You see, isn't that the real point? I mean, you barge into people's lives, expect everyone to stand to attention, answer your questions, treat you with respect. Well, guess what, boys? You don't have that respect. Not anymore.
Great.
Bully cops! That sounds about right. Care to comment, Sergeant Hathaway? Any truth to the allegations? It's only a little internet story now, but I know my paper will take it. And it's one phone call to London and the tabloids will come running too. And then you'll really know what it's like to have your life turned inside out.
Everything we did, Mr. Mitchell, we did to find out why Miranda Thornton died. A woman you claim to have had feelings for.
And all we got was lies and obstructions from people like you. Now you're preventing us investigating the murder of an innocent girl.
Comment enough for you?
So it did bite us on the behind. The switchboard's been inundated with calls. I assume your phones have been getting the same treatment.
Oh, yes.
There have also been quite a few rubberneckers outside your homes, but I don't believe any petrol bombs have been thrown yet. Dr. Hobson is in the middle of a tricky post-mortem. She asked me to give you these. She said you're welcome to use her place for as long as you need to. Make yourselves at home. There's beer in the fridge. The alarm's just inside the front door, and the code is 0000.
Oh, cheers. I know. I can't leave it alone. And I also know that if I hadn't pushed things, a lot of other things wouldn't have happened, like Bryony.
How many women do you know who keep a fridge full of cold beer and read Patrick O'Brien?
Who's Patrick O?
Fine historical novelist. What?
Maybe nothing, or maybe... You know that student, Oliver, who turned the book around? This photo was taken 2 months ago for the college prospectus, and this is from the crime scene. Look at the books on those 2 shelves. They've been rearranged. Not very well. As I said, maybe it's nothing, but...
No, it isn't. Paradise Lost next to Dickens. Shakespeare next to Ulysses. Either she was drunk or...
Oh, there was some kind of fight. The bookcase got hit, the books fell out, got put back, but not by Miranda.
Renton?
Yeah, he did respond to her phone call. He came round. She said she would sue him. Well, the publicity would scare off the investors he badly needed. They argued she wouldn't back down.
What about the vodka and the pills?
Well, we know she'd been drinking. He just had to slip the painkillers into a glass and put a bag over her head. She'd fight, but not for long. Yeah, I know Hobson would say that's fantasy, but we can test it. Get the soccos down here, compare the photos. Any book that's out of place, you scan it for Renton's fingerprints. Except we haven't got his damn prints.
We do. When he held the photo of him and Miranda, I'll call Soccer.
You don't give up, do you?
Look, I've been doing my job, getting into places I've not been invited. This is from Miranda's locker in the Redcliffe camera. Her paper's on the Port Meadow scheme. These are at the bottom. addressed to David Connolly, written to him 20 years ago, returned unopened.
David Connolly?
I asked her on our one and only date how someone like her could have been single for so long. She said it was because she'd been in love, deeply in love for nearly 20 years. And she'd only just come to realize what a fool she'd been. Those letters explain why. If she was murdered, I hope you catch the man who did it. I really do. Oh, and one last thing. The governor's voted on Connolly's scheme this afternoon. Turned it down.
So Miranda won?
She won. For what it's worth.
So she did cheat on him?
No, according to her, somebody was spreading rumors, writing scurrilous articles that she did. Guess who?
Renton.
Right. She denies it, tries to prove that the alleged infidelity never happened.
And he never opens the letters.
Minor public schoolboy out of his depth. Is that what Susanna Llewellyn said?
Now Susanna says he's chasing after her.
She doesn't seem to mind. Maybe it's because he's a multi-millionaire. Oh, dear. This is where we were happy. Please come back to me.
Oh, he came back all right. Tried to build houses all over it.
What's his name? This one. This lady. Yeah.
I knocked. The door was open.
What do you want?
You're leaving Oxford.
The country. Scheme's dead. Why stay?
You're going too.
David invited me. We need a break.
Something to read on the beach.
No, thank you. I've had all the explanations I need from that woman.
You haven't even read them.
She made a fool of me once. I won't let her do it again.
What on earth are you talking about? She's dead.
Here, look at this.
What? What am I looking at?
Thersites. Read them. 3 separate reports of my girlfriend screwing her way around town. And the ever so serious Mr. Connolly. Always the last to know.
It's just gossip, man.
Read the last paragraph.
I would never give credence to such sordid rumors had I not personally been offered the goods. Who is this creep? Renton.
What? Renton was Thersites. He wrote that.
Come on, David. Don't tell me you didn't know.
It doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, why would he lie?
Why? Because Miranda had won. Because he hated to lose. Because he's a vindictive, troublemaking bastard. For a clever man, you're remarkably stupid. Miranda wasn't cheating on you. Read and weep.
Please, go.
David, you can't let this.
Renton was your friend.
David.
Get out!
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? Did you go out with David when you were at Oxford?
You can call it that.
Was this before or after Miranda?
What does it matter? Miranda broke his heart, left it useless for everyone and everything else, except making money.
Crime scene guys have finished their sweep. Material's being analysed.
Yeah, I still don't see how this helps us with the Bryony investigation.
Well, the closer we get to Miranda's killer, the closer we get to Bryony's.
I've got something, sir. Out of Barker.
From Bryony?
She did log on to the system, but not as herself, as her boyfriend, Sebastian. She must have known his password.
What did she look at?
All deleted. Everything she looked at.
How does this help?
Whoever scrubbed the material forgot to check Sebastian's emails. She sent him one from his own account.
Talk about a generation of vipers. I can't believe what you did to that woman. I'm taking it to the police.
Taking what to the police?
Evidence of a conspiracy, ma'am. But as all the files have been scrubbed, we can only guess who's involved.
Not true. Bryony is accusing Sebastian, therefore she knows he's involved, therefore he knows who else is involved.
Then get him in here and drag the truth out of him. Lawyer or no lawyer.
Hathaway? Yeah, we're on our way to Sebastian's flat. Meet you there.
If I be false, or swerve a hair from truth.
It's the play.
When time is old and hath forgot itself. When water drops have worn the stones of Troy. And blind oblivion swallowed cities.
What happened?
And might...
The money guy happened. Connolly.
Yeah, what did he want?
To know what Renton got me to do in Miranda's video.
And you told him?
Yeah, because I thought he was going to kill me.
Bryony emailed you. You knew she was going to the police. You tell Renton this? When? When?
That night! After she'd emailed me. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't ever think that he would do that.
So it's Renton.
Last to speak to Miranda, last to know about Bryony.
Peterson. Yep, we're on our way. Disturbance at the Barker offices.
Connolly.
Man answering Connolly's description arrived at Barker 15 minutes ago. Made 2 employees leave, locked the doors.
Renton, eh?
Julie? Yes.
Good news, Sarge. We've got a match on the prints in Professor Thornton's house. On some of the books and in the bathroom, the medicine cabinet.
Mr. Connolly! It's the police!
Who's? It's got to be a bank roll.
No, wait. Oh, God, no.
What happened?
Coward locked himself in his office. Tried to break down the door.
Keep that lunatic away from me.
See? You should lock him up! That boy told me what he did. He killed Miranda and then he killed that girl.
I didn't touch anyone!
You lying shit!
He's not lying. He didn't kill Miranda. The fingerprints aren't his.
Susanna Lennon. Miranda warned you she was going to sue you. You and Susanna. You went and told Susanna.
Yes, because the whole videotape thing was her idea. And I certainly didn't tell her to kill anyone.
You knew what she'd done and you kept quiet. You told her that Bryony was going to the police. You let Bryony be killed.
You can't prove a word of that.
Your phone records will prove it.
I want my lawyer.
I'll take him to the station if you get Susanna.
Don't leave town, Mr. Connolly. We're going to need your statement.
Why did Susanna do it?
Several reasons. The most important, because she knew while Miranda was alive, she'd never get you.
What'll happen to Renton?
Everything the law will allow.
Good. He may not have killed Miranda, but his lies destroyed her. Destroyed us.
Unfortunately, that's not a crime.
We could have been together.
Yeah. You just had to open her letters.
I wondered if you'd come.
We know what happened.
Clever policeman.
Renton's talking forensics put you in Miranda's house.
Poor Miranda. What a way to go. No. Thought about it. No.
You killed Miranda.
I hated her. She could have had anyone, and she had to take mine.
And Bryony?
Well, why did she have to stick her nose in? Why? I didn't want to. I didn't. I'm sorry.
So, how come her prints were on our system? Ah, clever. In fact, sneaky. I wondered why you'd taken it.
Her automatic assumption I was single. I knew she had to be bad to the bone.
Miranda and Connolly. In love with each other for 20 years, never said a word.
Scared of rejection.
So they bury themselves in their work, become very successful, and very alone.
Now, who does that remind me of?